Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've done a reading vlog, so I'm really happy and excited to do this. But in today's video, we're gonna let random generators pick out the books I'm going to be reading for this week. So I'm going to have a few different generators randomly pick whatever they're going to generate, and then that will correlate to a book on my physical TBR. Right now, I'm not too sure what my mood is when it comes to reading, and I need something to kind of help me pick a book to read. And I feel like these generators are going to be great options because I'm open to anything at this point. I don't really feel like reading anything right now. I'm not too sure how many books I'm going to read this week. I haven't actually read my first book of this month. It is the second week of January and I haven't read a book, which is why we're doing this. I am going to let the random emoji generator pick out my first book for this video, which I'm really excited. I've never done this before. The website I'm using is perchance.org/emoji, and basically I can randomize 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 emojis per randomizer. Does that make any sense? I want to randomize 2 emojis because I feel like if I only do one, the chances of me finding a book with that emoji is going to be little to none. So I'm going to use 2 to up my chances of getting an emoji that matches to a book on my physical TBR. Yeah, let's just do this right now. I'm going to screen record so you guys can see what I'm doing. There is a randomize and a how many, and I'm going to put 2, and then I'm going to click randomize. Okay, we got a... what is that? That's a train and a bed. Okay, we're gonna go to this physical TBR to pick out a book there, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. Lighting isn't the greatest, but this is where my TBR cart is sitting right now. It's not in my usual place anymore because the usual place has another bookshelf now. For like the bed, what I'm thinking is like the one bed trope. As for the train, just like a book that either has like the drawing of a train in front or has a train involved in the story is what I'm thinking. But at the top of my head, I don't have any idea, any clue to what that emoji can correlate to any of these books. The thing is, the one bed trope, I will never know if the book has it or not. Should I re-randomize, because I think that's like the smartest option right now. Let me do it on my phone this time around so that I won't have to like move around. I'm gonna redo the emoji. I am going to pick 2 again. Actually, no, I'm gonna pick 3. I'm gonna pick 3 to up my chances of finding an emoji that will match a book, and I'm gonna randomize this. Oh, okay, I got a lock, a tropical tree, and eyes. If it's a lock, I don't think any of these have anything to do with locks, but the second one gives me like beach vibes, so like beach reads. I don't know what eyes will like give me, but we do have beach reads. I feel like this would work the best, the second one, so I'm gonna use that. Same time next summer or Nora Goes Off Script. I'm going to pick Nora Goes Off Script though because this was released before Same Time Next Summer and I want to read in order. So yeah, we're gonna pick our first book of this video, and it is Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. From what I know, this book you are following Nora. She is a screenwriter and she recently wrote like a film about her divorce, her life, and they go to film in like her old house. And after filming, the actor who acts in the film offers to pay her $1,000 per night, and he wants to live there for like a week, and then they end up falling in love, I guess. I'm excited to pick this. I do really want to read it. I am excited to read it, so I'm gonna pick Nora Goes Off Script, and this is going to be our first book. Hi guys, it's been a few days since I last updated. I didn't even update a lot. I'm still reading Nora Goes Off Script. I haven't picked it up in a while. This book went through some sort of water damage as well. It's been a lot. I finally have some updates because I actually read yesterday, so I'm very proud of myself for doing that, even though there's not a lot. But I am at chapter 12, page 123. Here's the thing. My house is going through construction right now, so if you guys can hear the weird knocking noises, things like that in the background, I apologize. It's an occurring thing throughout the day, so I'm gonna try and make this quick. But I have a few thoughts about this book, but mainly that I'm not enjoying this as much as I enjoyed Summer Romance, which is my first book of hers. I think I'm just not as connected to the characters emotionally and with their romance and relationship. There is a slight disconnect with how I feel about them. It's not like a full favorite Emma Monaghan book, but it's still a really good book. I really like the writing. I like getting to know Nora as a character, and I'm just reading through this pretty quickly. It's a very short book. If it's me on a normal day, I would fly through this, but I've just been trying to get back into reading and trying to get back slowly. I haven't been obsessed with reading lately. It's been taking a while to get into a book. I'm gonna continue today. I'm hoping to get this done today. I hope I'll finish it. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I hope I'll finish it today. Pretty decent, but not the best. It's my time to go. Goodbye. Here to give an update because I have officially finished reading Nora Goes Off Script by Emma Monaghan. I sat down for like 2 hours and I got this done because I was so determined to finish this. But yeah, I finished it. I actually liked the ending. I liked how they resolved the conflict. I understood why the story went the way it did. I did feel like there was a lot of miscommunication involved, a lot of misunderstanding involved. I thought it ended really strongly. I really liked how the story went. I just felt like the story of the things going on in this book was very meaningful, hence why I also tabbed a little bit because I felt like some of the quotes really hit home. A lot of aspects about feminism and right person, wrong timing, but I did feel like there was not a lot of connection emotionally that I could feel with the characters. Just felt like the writing was very straightforward to the point where there was no emotions involved in the writing. Emma Monaghan definitely improved with her writing because I really liked summer romance, and this was released I think in 2021 or 2022. So it's been a while and I feel like there was lots of improvement in the writing. I think I would rate like a 3.5 because I really like the writing. I did enjoy the characters, but there was just not enough connection I could feel with the characters. I'm so happy about that. I just gotta be honest, it's my first book of January that I read. I'm struggling here, but we're doing our best. I am going to run the next random generator for our next book, and I think I'm gonna do the random number generator. I'm just gonna basically run through the number of books we have in our physical TBR, and it will give us a number, and I'm just gonna count down to which book is going to land on. So this is my TBR card, and the way we're gonna count is I'm gonna go from left to right and then front to back. As you guys can see, this level here, there are books at the back there, so I'm gonna count left to right first and then front to back, because this level and this level both have books behind there, so that's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, we're just gonna use Google's, and I have a total of 42 books. Was it 42 or 44? It's 44 books, so I'm gonna put 44, and we're just gonna generate. We got 38. I have a feeling it's one of these books here, which are probably like the second book of a series that I have not read the first book of. So I'm 38. I have not read Flamefall, which is the book before this, so we're gonna regenerate. I got 35, so this is 38, 37, 36, 35, which is the third book, which I have not read the second book yet, so regenerate again. Oh, what did I get 38 again? Okay, I got 9 now, which is probably one of the books here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got a classic. I don't even know what to say. I got The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Hello friends, you guys saw yesterday I picked The Great Gatsby as our second book to read. Honestly, I really wasn't expecting that. We're doing this. We're reading a classic this month, and I have read a little bit of this book. I read yesterday night, just a little bit. I read 2 chapters, and right now I'm at chapter 3. This is page 32. Haven't read a lot of this book. My plan is to just sit down and read this today and get it done because it's just thin book. It's I think 150 pages, so I should be able to get this done today. I want to quickly talk about this book. According to the back of the book, The Great Gatsby is about Jay Gatsby, whose Long Island mansion buzzes day and night with riotous crowds of bright young things. But Gatsby's always alone in the crowd, silently longing for the one thing he cannot have, and eventually this yearning will destroy him. From the first 2 chapters we have read, I realized that this book is not in Gatsby's point of view, but it's in a guy, like another guy's point of view. Don't actually remember his name. I think his name is Nicholas or something like that. He lives in the house next to Jay Gatsby. And so far, that's all I know about this book. There are characters popping in here and there. You read about their life story and the things that are going through in their lives, but you don't really know how it's going to play a role in this book. I was reading this with my sister yesterday, and she told me she actually read this for an English class for the whole semester on this book. And she said that it was very intriguing. There were a lot of things to think about, mainly because this book is set in the 1920s. There's a lot of things happening in the economy during that period of time. Lots of questions as to how Gatsby is so rich and where he gets wealth. And she is trying to find her copy, the one that she like annotated. I'm not really too sure if she kept it or not. I do love to analyze books and like think through and think deep and like go critical into the paragraphs and the things that the author says. But I'm not gonna lie, I am not planning on doing that with this book. I do love reading, and I do like to understand where things come from and why the author thinks this way, where the characters are coming from. I love that. But sometimes I just want to read because I want to read. I want to learn the story, and that's about it. I feel like I haven't been in a huge reading mood, but because of my sister talking about the book yesterday, I kind of want to read this book now. I'm kind of intrigued. I watched the movie. I don't remember a single thing. That is that. I will be continuing my read. I'm gonna drink my big glass of matcha as we do that. I made a huge glass today and I have not finished it. I made it 2 hours ago. I'm really happy with my matcha. I've been upping my matcha game. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you'll see that. Anyway, I will continue reading The Great Gatsby today, and I'll give you guys more updates as we go. I finished The Great Gatsby. Finally. I don't know how long it took me to finish this book because I don't remember when I picked this book up. It's been a few days and I pushed through getting this book done today because I've been reading in snippets the past few days. It's just been really difficult to get through the book. The first half, the pacing was very slow and I was trying to grasp what the book was about, the style of the writing, and in the beginning I was very confused with the POVs, but apparently it's only one person talking, one person POV, but the writing kind of gets mixed up a little bit sometimes, so I was a little bit confused. But then the latter half of the book I flew through. I really like the latter half, the storytelling, a lot of the writing in this book. Wait a second, why am I out of I'm out of memory. Give me a sec. I'm back. I cleared the memory. We're good. Anyway, back to this book. I don't even know what I wanted to say. I forgot. I was trying to get used to the writing as per usual. It took a while, but then I got into it and I did enjoy the storytelling. The whole story kind of lends itself into the idea that wealth and people can ruin you very easily. There's something superficial about being rich and having money. Unfortunate events can occur out of your control. For me, it was a great book because I did enjoy the writing and I did enjoy the POV we're in. We're in Nick Carraway's POV and I really liked seeing his thoughts on a lot of the people in this book, and you get to see a lot of the characters' emotions through the expressions that they have, through their actions, and I liked that there was a lot of explanation on that because you see a lot of what their thoughts are from those descriptions, and it doesn't feel like a very first POV aspect where you don't really know what's happening with the other characters. But yeah, I'm gonna rate this like a 3.5 maybe, just because it was difficult for a bit, but I did like the end. I did like Jay Gatsby. There were a few characters in this book that I disliked, obviously, but I don't want to get into too much detail because it will ruin the storyline. I did like how much depth these characters have from how short this book is. We're gonna pick our next book, our last book, and I'm gonna use the random color generator to pick our last book. So I'm gonna go to my TBR card. I'm gonna bring you guys there, and then we're gonna pick our last book. I am going to spin the wheel to pick a random color, and I'm using this app, the Spin the Wheel dot app. It has lots of colors on here. There is a white, a black, and a your choice as well. So I'm just going to use this, and we're going to spin to pick the color of the book we're going to read. Please give me a colorful pick. Oh no, I got green. I don't even think I have any green books. House of Roots and Ruin, It's kind of green. Don't really want to read this. Do I count this as a green book? Not really, I think. We do have this, which is a Bridgerton book, and it is green. I'm sorry the lighting's so bad. You guys can't really see it, but it is green. What else do we have here? This is also green, by the way. Match Point by Catherine Riley. These two are my green options. I would go for Match Point just because this is a part of my January TBR. Also, I think the lighting is really bad. I apologize. So I'm gonna go for Match Point because this is in my January TBR and I forgot that this is green. So yeah, I'm gonna pick this one. I think it's like semi-blue, but the cover is green. So we're gonna pick this instead of Bridgerton because of the TBR thing. And that's going to be the next book we're going to read for this video. I know it seems like it's really dark, but it's only 12 p.m. It's about to rain outside, so it's getting really gloomy. I thought I would give an update because it might not seem like it, but it's been 3 days since I last updated you guys. I even went out of town for a bit already. I went on a trip to Bali because I had a friend's wedding, and I did bring the book I was supposed to read, which I picked in the last clip. It was Match Point. It was the random color generator, picked green. I thought I was gonna bring this for a little fun read by the pool. It was a summer read for me, and I figured that I was gonna read a little bit. Lo and behold, I finished the book. I didn't expect to finish the book. I didn't have time, but I finished it. I finished it by reading on the flight there and on the flight back. I read half on the flight there and I read half on the flight back. Yeah, let's not talk about the fact that I didn't give any updates. I think I'm gonna pick another book for this vlog just because I completely messed up with the fact that I didn't give any updates on this book. Let me just quickly talk about my feelings on Match Point because I did finish reading this. I thought that it was cute. The relationship was very cute. I like the fact that it was a tennis romance. I haven't read a tennis sports romance ever, and I'm in a very tennis era type of feel right now. So I really like reading about this, reading about Wimbledon and all the tournaments and the things that go on in the tournaments. It wasn't very realistic, and you don't really see a lot of the tennis practices and all of that, but I did like that there was some sort of competition and tournaments of the tennis involved. I thought there wasn't going to be talks about it, but it played a pretty big role in the storyline, so I did like that. But I think the romance and the whole like them getting to know each other is not my favorite. I thought that it was very awkward and cringy. I don't know how the male main character started really liking the female main character. It felt very weirdly rushed, although it's not super fast-paced. I did like what happened after they got to know each other, and I did really like the male main character's backstory, and I loved the whole idea of tennis being a mental game instead of a practice game. As somebody who plays tennis, I understand completely how it's very mental and that whatever happens in your life kind of affects the way you play your game. I just loved the morals of the sports in this book. I loved his love for tennis. I loved the way he played tennis, and I liked the things that he learned throughout his tennis experience, throughout him playing in Wimbledon, and I just loved the atmosphere. I would rate this like a 3 stars, I think, just because I love the tennis aspects, but the romance is not my favorite. And I also really liked Kieran's backstory and what he's going through and how he kind of pushed forward. I am going to put this down now, and we're gonna pick out another book for this random color generator thing. So yeah, let's go to my TBR cart. I am currently putting you guys on a book right now that is a part of my physical TBR. It's Wordcatcher, so just a heads up, if something happens and I pick that book, it's right under my camera. And then I have Throne of Secrets right here next to me because I was planning on reading it. Let us spin the random color generator. I'm using the same app, spin the wheel.app. I forgot to screen record. Give me a sec. Okay, I think it's recording, and we're using the same wheel as well, and I'm just going to spin it and see what color we get. I'm kind of nervous. Please give me a good color. Oh, we got dark blue. Oh my gosh, I was not planning on this. I really wasn't planning on this, but I think we can use Throne of Secrets for this. I don't know if you guys can see the cover, but it is a dark blue. There's another book as well that I need to pick up that is dark blue, and it's Flamefall by Rosaria Munda. I don't know which one to pick now that we're here. And these two are part of my January TBR, so they're both really, really good options, and I have been on a fantasy mood. Flamefall, I'm already in between. I am at page 108. I mean, this is definitely the smartest option, but do I want this or do I want this? I'm gonna take my time. I'm I'm gonna think through this. Give me like an hour to pick a book I'm gonna read, and then I'll come back to you guys. Or maybe I'm gonna pick up both and like try and read both and see which one I want to pick up more than the other, and I'll give you guys updates. Oh my gosh, give me a sec. Let me check the Australian Open one. Djokovic. Okay, I want to give an update because I actually read Flamefall today, and I did end up picking Flamefall because I figured that this was a smarter option. I am in the middle of this series and I need to get it done ASAP, so I picked Flamefall, and I have reached page 242, which was my goal because I wanted to get to halfway through of this book, and I am in the middle of chapter 18, and I have been having a lot of fun with this book. I have been enjoying the characters. I feel like there are a lot of layers with the main characters, Annie and Lee. And I also feel like even the side characters, they are so complex. You kind of don't really know the role they play in this world. I especially just really like Annie and Lee, and I really like how they both have differing morals and values, but then they always gravitate towards each other, and the decisions they make and the things that they go through. Super complicated, but at the same time you understand where they're coming from. There's a lot of heavy topics in this. There's a lot of grief, a lot of racism involved with the characters, a lot of classism, I think is the term for it, and it does play a huge role in the book. And I think Rosario Mona did a very good job with diving into this topic. If you guys don't know what Flamefall is, by the way, it is a part of the Aurelian Cycle trilogy, and the first book is Fireborn. This is the second book, and in Fireborn you're following Annie and Lee, who are 17 and 18-year-olds, and they are dragon riders. In this new regime, there was a coup that overthrew the old regime, and in the past they were in different social standings. Annie is a peasant who lived in the suburbs, and Lee is a part of the founding dragon riders. They end up now in the same class system as dragon riders, and they're aiming to become the highest of dragon riders. I find it very interesting. If you do not like lots of politics in your books, though, I don't recommend this. And also if you're expecting lots of like dragon tidbits, I also don't recommend this. I do like that there's a lot of dragon riding involved, but there's not a lot of dragons talking involved, something like the fourth wing. Sometimes the plot can lose me a little bit. It is too complicated in some parts. I do really like the new POV we get in this book, because in the first book you only get 2 POVs. And also one more thing is that the chapters in here are super long. I'm hoping to get it done in at least 3 days. I'm just gonna like slowly get through it because I feel like I have been feeling very slumpy and I don't want to force myself to read. So that is Flamefall. I'm gonna go now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Finished reading it, guys. I've been putting this book off for almost 2 months. I'm finally finished with Flamefall by Rosaria. That would be my dog, by the way. Oh my god, that ending was epic. I was not sure what I wanted to expect with the ending, but that was epic. I think 100 pages to the end of the book, I was at the edge of my seat. I really liked the climactic point of this book. It was so good. It was done so well. There was a lot of suspense and a lot of betrayals, a lot of reveals. It was really good. I liked it. In terms of the plot, I feel like this book had a very great gradual interest compared to the first book. So I would say I did like this one one a lot more than the first book. I like that this one had a lot of information that was important. It didn't have the second book syndrome. There's so many politics involved in this book, and you see lots of struggles with the characters. I really like to see a lot of them act differently, to see them have different opinions, but have all of them mean so deeply. So I really like this book, actually. It was such a good book. The latter half was amazing. I did feel like it was a little bit slow in the beginning, and I couldn't really connect with the characters, but overall, this book did definitely gave an enjoyable end, and the ending was a cliffhanger. I am so curious to see what's going to happen in the last book, but I'm so excited. Like, I honestly really want to pick up the last book because this book was so good. I think I would rate like a 4.25 just because it was really slow to get into, and I couldn't really feel a huge emotional connection with the characters. I did like them by the end of it, but I felt like there wasn't a lot going on with them in the first half. There was barely any romance. If you're gonna get into this trilogy, just remember that there is practically no romance. I think I would say like 10%, which also means this is the end of this vlog because I have officially read 4 books, the first reading vlog. I had a great and fun time recording this and reading all the books in this. It has been a while since I've read books, so this was honestly a really good start to reading in the year. I've only read like 4 books in January. Whatever I read here are basically the books I read in January, but hopefully I'll read more by the end of this month. And that is that. I will end the vlog here. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what other videos you guys want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!